What's up everyone, it's me BaRKy, and I've been wanting to speak about this topic for the last few weeks, especially since Alpha 17 was released. I wanted to speak about the general direction of the game, how I feel that it's going, how being prepared in Rimworld is the name of the game, and how this so far has generally been one of the traits of the game that hasn't changed much, if at all. And you could get this idea just by reading the title of this video. I don't want to make it clickbait or anything. I genuinely want to talk about this. If you've been through my channel, you'll know that I focus mainly on Rimworld. About 80% of my videos are Rimworld. And especially if you're a new subscriber to the channel, you probably don't even get recommended my other videos, which is fine. I love Rimworld and I play it every single day. Understand me when I say that I just want to talk about some of the mechanics in the game. So right now in Rimworld, events sort of just happen. You get no warning, and any leeway seems to be within the first few moments, like seconds after the event has taken place. The only time you have to prepare for a raid is the time between the raiders arriving and actually attacking your base. Sometimes they attack instantly, and sometimes there is a slight period of time that they prepare, in inverted commas, but it's even less if they attack instantly or if you happen to have a home close to their arrival spot. Other events have similar results, such as Toxic Fallout. You basically only have time after the event has taken place. Most other events are similar, if not even faster than those, such as in Toxic Fallout, there is maybe 2 or 3 seconds between you getting the notification, that little email on the right side, and the event actually happening. There's a few moments where you can see that, but there is no time to prepare after you've gotten that event, and there's no way to know if there's a Toxic Fallout coming. So what this all leads to is Rimworld being a sort of Batman brain simulator, where you're forced to constantly play from behind to combat unforeseen obstacles. Don't get me wrong, I love Rimworld, I play it every day. If you've seen my channel at all, you'll know that, and I'm okay with the difficulty as it is. I've finished the game on Random Extreme, no electricity, on ice sheet, more times than I can count. I'm no stranger to extreme difficulty. In this case though, you are truly playing from behind with a blindfold over your head. Maybe using more basic examples will illustrate this a bit better. So fire, for example, in Rimworld is a massive issue for newbies. It isn't a problem at all until the fire is actually consuming your base. After a few hours of playing, maybe on your second playthrough, something similar to that, you start to play more fire careful by using more stone, less steel, using walkways, separate flammables from non-flammable or non-important materials. Or you can play like me and still let fire end your colony after 1,000 hours in the game. I still die to fire all the time because I'm a fucking idiot. But the point is though, is that hindsight is always 20/20, and this game really pushes you into being prepared for things that are going to hit you hard that you have no idea about. Fire is consuming your base? Well, you're thinking about where you should have used stone instead. Toxic Fallout murdering your colonists? You're thinking of all the areas that you should have roofed. Running out of food? You should have planted or hunted more. Things like that. Hindsight is always 20/20. The real issue comes from when these problems are compounded. This is probably one of the biggest issues for newbies to the game, and where the artificial difficulty complaint comes from. A lot of people have an issue when both Toxic Fallout and a volcanic winter happen simultaneously, and to be fair, that is almost colony ending for a lot of people no matter your situation. Suddenly you can't grow, and suddenly you can't hunt easily. My solution for this would to have a sort of early warning system of sorts for the game, and for this to be based on the difficulty you're playing at. It also doesn't really feel fair if you have a colonist hauling at the edge of the map when suddenly a mechanoid raid arrives on top of them, killing them instantly and then raiding your base. That doesn't feel fair to newbies or vets alike. So how the early warning system that I just spoke about would work is, depending on the difficulty, you would get an event several days before the actual events happen. The timing can be random, and I'll get into the exact details a bit later in the video, but it could range anywhere from a week to a day as a warning. Such as with Toxic Fallout, you could get an event saying, Human Couch 2B sees a Toxic Fallout cloud approaching, it should arrive within the next day. Or in a similar vein to that, something along those lines. The exact working of the system would be a little bit different depending on the difficulty. Right now I've decided to have a few tiers almost, similar to how the difficulty works in the game right now. You select the difficulty you want to play at. This would be a second difficulty. Tier 1 right now is for peaceful and base builder difficulty. This is a warning between 10 and 7 days before the event happens. So if a Toxic Fallout is coming, you know it's coming between 10 and 7 days before it arrives. The actual time would be random, but it would be between that period. Tier 2 is for some challenge. You know about the event 5 to 3 days before it happens. This is probably the typical thing that I would say newbies play at. I would say between base builder and some challenge. I don't think I've ever seen someone play on peaceful the first time, because it's really boring, but I don't know, maybe you're different. Tier 3 is for rough and intense difficulty. You know about the event 1 day or less before it happens. So between a day and a half a day, I would say. And then finally, Tier 4 is for extreme, and this would be the same as it is currently, so that is what it is right now. You have no warning whatsoever. Now, it's important to note that this would be completely toggleable in the difficulty selection screen or the scenario selection screen, wherever it looks best to have. So you can choose to play Base Builder, for example, without any knowledge of upcoming events. So that's my idea for curbing the preparedness aspect of Rimworld. In a sense, I love the preparedness, I really do, and I would always play on tier 4, what I described, which is the same as it is right now. I like feeling like Batman, preparing for things that are coming up. But this is to help newbies out. I can understand. I speak to a lot of new players who play Rimworld. A lot of people say that my channel or Yeti's channel are the reason that they bought the game, and then this just hits them too hard, which is totally fine. The problem is that this leads to a lot of save scumming, and a lot of people don't like save scumming, and it makes them not want to play. So this is my solution to that. I think it would be cool to somewhat change it to be more fair to newbies, less fair to veterans. Some people, including myself, really enjoy this aspect of Rimworld, but I can understand why some people take issue with it, and this is the sort of solution that can help everyone, give everyone options, make the difficulty dynamic, not artificial. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks so much for making it to the end of my video. I really appreciate it. Editing videos is both my hobby and my passion, and with that in mind, I've decided to open up a Patreon if you'd like to support me besides in the amazing ways that my subscribers already usually do. I've got loads of perks and benefits, including having your own personally custom-made colonist, being one of my default colonists in the mod showcases, special roles on Discord, joining me while I stream, monthly Q&As and podcasts. I've got it all. Come take a look. All support is always appreciated, monetarily or not. If you're a subscriber, then be sure to hit the little bell over here to always be up to date with videos I push out, and head over to the Discord if you ever want to have a deep and meaningful chat with me. And last but not least, I hope you're having an amazing day.